Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Fantastic Friday. We're right at the end of what we would call the work week. God has been so good to us. He has blessed us. He's given us sunshine. He's given us rain. He's given us a moment that it seems to be getting cooler. And what a fantastic day it has to be. Today, I invite you to look with me at Acts, the 7th chapter, verses 9 through 16. It's where it begins to share with us about those patriarchs, those who were Joseph's brothers. You know, they were the ones who sold him into slavery in Egypt. The text lets us see that God rescued him. His brothers delivered him just where he needed to be. They put him in a position that God would see what he would do with him by placing him in Pharaoh's cabinet. You know, before Joseph arose to the place of prominence, the place of pride and prestige, he found himself being in the dungeon first. He found himself being locked up. You know, sometimes God puts us in places of preparation before he allows us to rise up to the top. You know, this message begins to remind us out of Acts, the 7th chapter, verses 9 through 16, how God can take all of us from where we are and put us where he wants us to be. Sometimes God used the vehicle of what we might call an inconvenience. He used the vehicle of an unpleasant situation. He uses the vehicle of a place that we wish we never had been to take us where he wants us to be. This text is so powerful because God begins to show us his hand on Joseph's life, even in trials and situations. You know, Joseph now becomes the one who is second in command to Pharaoh. Joseph now has the opportunity to share the love of God with his brothers, the ones who sold him out. He is there to help them. You know, this becomes such a powerful message for all of us. Even though people may have done us wrong, we must have enough forgiveness in our hearts to forgive them just as God has forgiven us. Joseph stands out here as one who truly has the love of God and one who loves his father as well as his brothers. It doesn't matter what they've done. Nothing can ever separate them from the love of God that God has placed within Joseph's heart. When you and I have the love of God in our hearts, it doesn't matter what goes on. It doesn't matter what happens around us. Love rises above it all. Joseph rises above it all. He finds himself in the place where he always envisioned himself to be, the place of leadership, the place of helping people. Little did he know what he would have to go through to get there. I want to remind you, God is always with you. God will never leave you nor forsake you. Regardless of what you have to go through, remember God has a place for you. And all you have to do is just be ready to say yes to his will. Today, I want to remind you that you are exceedingly and abundantly blessed. And as you do as Joseph did, take the Lord with you everywhere you go, and he will allow you to rise above your circumstance and your situation. We'll talk to you again on tomorrow.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.